Hi, Leah.
Hi, nice to meet you.
My name is Alex Fisher. I'm really excited about this job opportunity, and I want to thank you for having me and sitting down. And
Yeah, sure.
I mean, your clinic looks amazing.
Thank you
I
very
would
much.
love to work here.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get started with some questions.
Sure.
So can you tell me a little bit about yourself, Alex?
Yeah. So I'm a recent grad of the Ithaca College Physical Therapy program,
Okay,
where I also minored in healthcare policy and management.
great.
And this education background is where I found my passion for preventative services and stuff that physical therapy is now trying to implement, like the APTA is now talking about.
Sure, yeah.
So I think it'd be really cool to start bringing that into practice.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about your strengths.
So I've had past clinical rotations, both in outpatient ortho and some neuro cases, which I'm really interested in.
Okay.
So I practice my clinical reasoning, and I have my time management. But I've also, back in college for the past 5 years, I've worked in a management position in food service.
Great, that's good.
So
Service industry is good
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
So I've really honed my management skills, and I think I could bring that to in the future mentoring other students and really managing.
Great, you have so many strengths. And can you tell me a little bit about a weakness, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one of my weaknesses is it's kind of lack of experience. I believe that coming in, I can be independent.
Sure, yeah.
But I also feel that I don't have all the experience that I can have to be a really efficient and maximize patient care. So I really am hoping to get into the team collaboration with your other therapists to kind of maybe find a mentor within that to help me out a little bit.
That's good. All right, so I know you're looking for a mentor, but what else interests you about this job?
So what I really like about your clinic is that it has a very diverse patient caseload. So it's not just a bunch of replacements. You have neuro, and you have the replacements and post-ops and pre-ops, and it's all very different, which I like.
Sure.
I also really appreciate that you have a bunch of PTs and OTs and SLPs all working in the same area. So that's really great for team collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm excited about for this job.
Yeah, so what experience have you had that will prepare you for this job?
So like I said, I've had some clinical rotations in outpatient and sports care settings that I'm really going to bring that experience in. But being that recent grad, I have, I've just learned all my techniques, so I'm fresh. I also am up to date with recent evidence, so I'd really like to bring more recent stuff into the plans of care.
Sure, yeah.
Instead of sticking to here's what we do for every knee patient. Here's what we do for every shoulder patient.
Yeah, see each patient individually.
Right, I want to kind of try new things with patients when it's applicable and see what I can improve.
Good. Great. So where do you see yourself in 3 or 5 years?
So over the next 3 to 5 years, I hope to find myself in a positive therapeutic alliance forward clinic where team collaboration is one of the front goals. So I want to be a part of that team. I want to start taking on more challenging neuro cases where I have the team behind me to help build my experience, and hopefully 5+ years, maybe become a CI and mentor others.
Sure.
Give them advice about how I've been along the PT process and really help them out.
Great, that's good. So do you have any questions for us?
I do. My first question for you guys is, I know that you have PTs and OTs and everything that you hire within Cayuga Med, but do you go to outside hospitals and organizations for collaborations?
Yeah, so actually we have a strong relationship with University of Rochester and Ithaca College right here.
Oh, that's really cool. And through those collaborations, do you do anything for those preventative services or public health?
Yeah, actually we have a community and also a practitioner speaker series.
Oh, that's really neat. I'd love to be a part of that.
Yeah.
My other question for you is, How do you measure clinic and physical therapist success?
We have many therapists, so it's hard to look month to month to be very specific. So
Yeah.
we tend to look more at like big picture cancellation rates, no-show rates. That's just how we roll, and and so far it's working. And our clinic is one of the top clinics in the area,
Yeah.
let alone Ithaca. Like in central New York, it's a big one. So.
Right, that's
It's
why I
done
would
well.
love to be a part of you guys.
Yeah.
You do a lot of great things.
Yeah, you have a lot of great qualities, and I'll definitely give your resume to other people in the hospital, and then also I think you're a great candidate.
Thanks. So I did email you my resume, as you've
Sure.
seen, but here's a hard copy.
Thank you very much.
Sure, and may I have your business card?
Sure, here it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was
I
so
want to
great
thank
having
you again for this opportunity.
Sure.
I look forward to hearing from you.
Yep. Hi Alex, my name is Leah.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day to sit down with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this clinic. Coming in, it felt so welcoming.
Oh,
I'm sure the
thank
patients
you.
love it.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on
Yeah.
that area. We know it's the first place people see, and
Mhm.
it's really important for the whole experience.
Great. This is my resume, just so you can glance over it during the interview.
Thank you. Okay, so you want to get started?
Yeah, ask away.
All right, so how about you start by telling me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a recent grad of Ithaca College. I graduated last year and then passed my boards the following October. I have a strong passion for orthopedic and sports rehab, and also pelvic PT.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm just very interested in those areas, which I know you guys are looking for that position.
Absolutely.
I just moved back to Ithaca, so I'm very flexible with my hours, and also I love working in a team, and because I know you guys have so many therapists.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And I am very organized, and I think my communication skills will also be good for this job because I've worked in the service industry for a while, and then also just clinical educations have really
Yeah.
helped me with my communication skills.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So along with your past experience in pelvic health, and it sounds like you've already listed a lot of great strengths,
Yeah.
so that's great.
Mhm.
But are there any others you would like to highlight?
Yeah, so when I'm working with my patients, I really try to enforce the therapeutic alliance. We learned a lot about that in school, and I've been able to implement it in my clinical education. I try and sit down with my patients and really goal set and have them be a part of it, because I know that that's a huge part of their PT journey,
Right.
is being a part of it and feeling like you're hearing them, and also their whole backstory. That might affect how they succeed in physical therapy.
Yeah, no, it's so important to see
Mhm.
the patient as a whole and not
Yeah.
just their symptoms.
Mhm.
No, I agree. So along with that, are there any weaknesses you feel that you have?
Yeah, so actually I've been working on one in school. I have a lot of trouble public speaking, so I've actually come a long way since I started doing presentations and stuff like that. But that's one thing I really like about PT is that there's no large emphasis on that, and you're really one-on-one with patients, and you can look them in the eye and really hear them and listen to them, and they can hear you and listen to you, instead of looking at a sea of eyes and being
Yes.
so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think that's really important, and I'm glad that being one-on-one and communicating one-on-one is one of my strengths, and that public speaking is I am okay to mentor and stuff like that, but
It's
yeah.
just large groups. that you
Yeah,
have.
I'm working on it though. I've come a long way.
No, that's absolutely fair.
Yeah, everyone gets a little nervous sometimes.
Yes. So what specifically interests you about this job in our clinic?
I love how you guys have a large variety of patients and diagnoses. That's awesome. Like, I have so many passions, so if I can hit all of them in one day, that would be great. Also, I love the community. I fell in love with it when I was here at school. My professors also have worked at Cayuga Med and raved about it. So
Right.
when I saw this position open up, I was like, I'll give it a shot. Like, I heard it was great.
Yeah, we're glad you did.
Uh-huh.
So what past experiences have you had throughout your schooling and your journey here have prepared you for this job?
I just like the variety of clinicals I've had, I think provide me good experience for this. I have learned so much from my CIs and mentors that I'm ready to take on this role and be a PT in Ithaca. I think that my service industry experience has also helped me. I also was head of or a supervisor for intramural sports or recreational sports at Ithaca, and I was able to work as a team and help kids enjoy and be safe playing sports. So I also have a strong background in sports. I've played my entire life. I actually play volleyball, so I think that's a good thing to be able to relate to patients. I also have had my own orthopedic injuries, so I think being able to see where the patient's coming from has really helped me in my practice.
Oh, that's great. You sound really confident that you're able to personalize each care.
Yeah, I love to treat every patient like their own.
Yeah, that sounds great, and your past experience will help you think outside the box for your exercises.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Thank you.
So where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
I would actually like to pursue a pelvic health specialty. I know you guys already have a certified pelvic pain specialist, but I think that having 2 would make your clinic even better and possibly expand on that, because it's such an underserved population. Women's health and pelvic health are so needed. That's why it's growing so much in this area. Only has about like 2 or 3 certified pelvic specialists, so I think that another addition to that would be great, and to say that you have 2 of them in this whole area would be a great benefit.
I agree. That would be a great addition to our team, especially looking down the road for CIs, because it is a very underserved population, and there's not a lot of CIs in that realm.
Yeah, speaking of, I would also like to mentor. I think I love to teach, so giving back, and I always looked up to my mentors and my CIs, and I think that I want to pursue that as well in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, that would be extremely valuable to our team. So this all sounds really great. You're highly qualified, but do you have any questions for us?
So I was wondering, I know you're a large clinic, how do you measure each of your therapists' success?
So being that we are such a large clinic and we have so many physical therapists, we look at overall no-show and cancellation rates.
Okay.
So we track them, and if at any point the overall gets to exceed about 20%, we know that we have to go back and look and change some things about what we're doing.
Sure. Another question I have is, where do you see your clinic going in 3 to 5 years?
So in 3 to 5 years, I would like to try and get more specialists in our clinic, because we do have a lot of PTs, and they're certified in manual therapy and orthopedics and stuff like that, but as you said, things like pelvic health and other underserved populations, we don't have a lot in Ithaca in general, and to get more within our Cayuga Med clinic overall, I think would be a great asset.
Okay. And then lastly, would I be able to possibly shadow for a day in your clinic just to see how it's run, how you guys do things here? I would really like that opportunity if you'll have me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be a great way for you to see if you're a fit and how we run. So we'll talk with the front desk and we'll get you scheduled.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
Would you mind if I grab a business card on my way out?
Sure, here you are.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Look forward to hearing from you.